Would you rather be on that side or that side? Hi, everybody. Feeling a little silly today. Hello, Camille, Karen, Joseph. Welcome, everybody. We're so excited to see you all. Hello, Byron.
Yes. Hello.
Thank you. Kim, Mary Jean, hello. Nice to see you. Heather, June, Sally.
Hello. Oh,
hello.
You're exhausted. I'm also exhausted. That's where the laugh comes from. When I'm exhausted, I laugh. That's my.
Hi, Lynn.
So Lynn.
We actually just finished filming our Christmas Eve episode. So you guys, we're getting it ready for you. We're doing our own Christmas preparations.
Yes. Hi, Jeremy. Hello, Maria, Deb, Kansas City.
So, Han, who's going first today? Do I go? Since I'm continuing last week's.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, guys, if you didn't watch last week's, maybe you'll want to go back to last Tuesday's, not last Friday's, just this past Tuesday's lunch break, and I started this project. I completed it. Here is the completed kind of prototype. So on Tuesday, I showed you guys the beginnings of that project, and so we're going to finish it off today. And so a little camera dance.
Just want to say hello to everyone. Kim, I'm so sorry. I hope you recover really quickly.
Someone's not feeling well?
COVID.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry, yes. Hope you get back on your feet soon.
Yes. So last Tuesday, Han worked with wafer paper, rice paper. And so today I'm adding it as a detail to the house. I actually saw a gingerbread house that I thought was quite pretty. It had royal icing transfer, kind of like little scallops. You know, you can kind of peel that off and position it on the house. But
look at you, show off. Are you showing us all your fancy?
Yes. So they sell, Han had a snowflake, but they sell edgers. And so these are different kind of versions. And so on the house the prototype house, here, let's bring it in to the camera here. So here is the prototype house, and that is this one here.
It's so cute, but you know what it reminds me of? Oh my gosh, you know, what's it called? For the piano? Ting, 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 ting.
Oh yeah, does it?
What's it called?
I don't know. A timer? I know it. It's like it's something for time.
Yes. Well, guys, please tell us. It's amazing. I love it. So cute.
Okay, so there it is. So I'm going to use this one because this one's kind of pretty. So all you do is you just press it up against. They're made to align, you know, like. So ideally, you're doing this before your project, and ideally, once you've got them cut, you put them in an airtight container, because this does get like drier, and then it's more susceptible to cracking. So once you've got the first cut, and you can see, look at how pretty that is. Perfect little house piece. So it's a little tricky for me here. I can't see, but you're aligning the next one, you see, so you can kind of, and then make sure that it's pressed to the back, and then you do it again. And then you just slide it over. And so this is a little bit, oh, you see I missed one. You can kind of see there's one a notch. So I'm going to go kind of put it back in there. And hopefully it'll not mess it up. What does it look like? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I just want to show you something, Mar. Okay, so this is it. Metronome.
Oh yes, I'm not.
Yours is obviously fancier and just like, you know.
Well, you know what, I was looking at gingerbread house projects because, you know, they're fun, but not everybody has the stomach for something super. And the A-frame house is kind of like an easier kind of project.
You know? I love it. Oh, look at this edge. Wow.
So isn't that pretty? And so again, these are pricey, but if you go with the coupon, it's not too bad. And so you want to leave yourself like the width of the cookie, let's say, and I'm just trimming, and you can just cut with regular scissors, you know?
You could also use actually craft scissors with
Yes,
like profile edge, you know, like different
those are cheaper.
profile.
Those
Those you could also use those to get some more decorative border
and
going
it's
on.
cheaper. You can get
It's
those
cheaper,
scissors
yes.
for really
But
not
these
expensive.
are really nice. I mean, and
So I'm going to do two. I'm going to use like two on the house. So I'm just going to run through another one. I didn't think to make this in
really
advance.
everybody, how long? Yeah, it's called metronome. Everybody knows but us.
Oh, I missed it again. So you want to, I guess not. I'm trying to go too fast and
Yes. Now, Maria has a question. Is there an easy way to search Paris videos? They don't seem to be in chronological order. Well, I don't know how it is on Facebook, but they are in a live tab. Unfortunately, we don't really. Do we have? Are
well,
we able
on YouTube, they are saved in
on
chrono.
YouTube? They are. I guess on Facebook, and I don't think we have control over how Facebook saves them.
Facebook does based on kind of like views.
Views. So they do their own thing. So I don't know if we can. Yeah, I don't think we can actually control that
But I mean,
on
YouTube,
Facebook.
you know, for
But
the
on YouTube it
replays,
is, right? On YouTube it is. There is also on YouTube when you go into our channels, there should be a tab videos and live videos, and all the live videos are there, and those should be in chronology.
and I've been trying to be good about changing the thumbnail so that you guys can see
Oh yes, what the project is.
what the project is.
We will hopefully maybe add the title of the project. That would probably help. But then you will use with the date, I guess.
You know, you could also just send us a little message and maybe we can help you. You know,
Yes.
I have my senior memory moments, but I do sometimes.
Oh yeah. So Angie says that you can sort the page and click the most recent, and it will pull up it will populate the most recent videos.
So I just threw away all the remnants, you know?
Yes.
I'm just going to move these out of the way just because they're fragile and I don't want to mess them up, but I'll get them again after. All right, so here is that cookie that
Metronome.
did last.
Metronome.
So this is Glad Press and Seal. This is not saran wrap. It's a slightly different product, and it's got like more crunch to it. You hear?
Yes. Do you like this product?
Well, I like it, but I'm not using it to seal a container.
Oh, I see.
So this is my icing, and I darkened it up because you can see here it's just a little bit darker than that base. And then I've got the lid here, and I'm just tapping on the lid to kind of like reduce how much I have. And I'm going to be dabbing to kind of give like a stucco effect to my little house here. And so that's all. I
love this kind of decorating.
And so you can just quickly run through them. Your surface has to be dry because I'm hammering on there, right? Like it's a bit hard. So you don't want to do this on a freshly iced cookie.
Yes.
But you see, it gives it a nice little kind of different
texture.
Yeah. And this dries very quickly. So once
that is super easy. What do you think, Sally?
Yes.
It's easy. I did not watch any live last night, Joseph. Did you?
No, they were on the radio actually about the Baldwin interview on my radio station. That's what they were talking about. I can't believe he already did an interview about it. Anyway, and so here I coincidentally.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Great. That's all.
Fantastic.
Yes. Want you guys to go for it. It's like it's just a fun, relaxing activity. So I happen to have the little door that goes with that little gingerbread house I did the other day. And I'm using my scribe and I'm etching into the icing. And can I see? I'm just going to bring it close to me because I can't see it over there. And I'm just scratching
Hello, everyone, for joining us. Karen, Julie, we still have a few people joining us now.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I can see. I can definitely see that.
yeah. And then if you know, I have this ruler that I really like. You see it has shapes and stuff. You can pick this up. This is for drafting. And it just comes in handy for, you know, look, you can do eyes, you can do, and it just, I always have it here in my kitchen. And I'm just etching here a line this way.
Well, this is a good tool to have because the scribe you use, it's a very sturdy scribe. It's not, this is a very sturdy scribe. It has a very strong needle, so it's great.
Well, this is for clay work, so it's not a cookie like thing. It's made kind of more like commercial, I guess. So the other thing I'm using today is I'm using a 44 piping tip. It's not a popular one, but it is basically a basket weave.
44? Oh, I have that also. 44. It's the ribbon, right?
It's basically the basket weave, but with no teeth. With no teeth.
So yeah, so this is the basket weave. Oh no, here is my 44.
I like it very much, the 44.
Yeah, me too. I like it. 44, but this is a Cake Boss.
Oh, but I guess they have the same number. That's great. It's all practice. It's all practice. Oh, Amber's working on a project, and so she'll be back on the 17th this month. She'll be joining me. Han won't be there, but she'll be back after in 2022. We'll be back to a more normal schedule. Okay.
So Diana, Marlon is finishing a project from last week. Those of you who are joining us, you can rewatch what she was working on last week, and she's finishing up with this really cute project.
Yeah, I was talking about last week the cutters I used and all the beginnings of this project. All right, so now I want to add like a molding around this door. And so I found that it's easier to kind of rotate the cookie because this is a ribbon, and I want my ribbon to be the same kind of thickness. So you don't want to stretch the ribbon. You want to try to keep it, so don't pull away. Consistent pressure. You're letting it fall. I'm churning the cookie. Now this is not for the faint of heart, and now I see I'm gonna see if it's gonna cooperate. So I'm rotating, 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 and then I can let it rest. And I'm just tapping it to get that
level. That's great.
So there's my ribbon around the door, the molding. Now for the center, I'm going to go this way. So I want to have these kind of like lines coming up in the middle of each. And so you don't want to pull away when it's ending because you'll stretch it and it'll become like tapered. So I just stop like that. Okay. Then I'm getting my boo-boo stick and I cut it just to clean it on each, like clean it up on each edge. And then here I'm actually trimming. I'm kind of creating the shape so that my piping tip can go down the center, and it's going to lay flat.
Yeah, it does look like, yes, it does. Oh, sorry. A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. So now you see I've got a gap there, so I'll be able to come in and add my center board. And again, don't pull, just press on the cookie to cut it so that you get a consistent width. And now I'm going this way.
Belinda saw you on the Food Network Holiday Cookie Baking Challenge, and your garland was beautiful.
Thank you. That was on the 2nd. It was the only time I think it's airing this year. So there you see, so that's how you get them perfect. So you don't want to pull. When you pull, like it becomes stretched and it shrinks. So it's like elasticy. So once you've got that on, we're going to add the door. I like to use a sprinkle or a pearl for the doorknob. You can obviously do it in icing, but I just find it's easier to add it in a pearl, and you get the metallic quickly. So I'm connecting to the perimeter. And I'm just flooding in. Like, because I have that edge, I don't have to kind of worry too much about the shape. And you want to add that sprinkle doorknob while the icing is wet. Because if you try to stick it on after, it will stick, but it's more prone to getting knocked off. When it's embedded in wet icing, it just kind of sinks in there and looks more right, okay? And so that's the beginnings of that. So you can just shake it. If ever you're icing, you know, beginners, the issue is consistency, getting your icing to self-level, to heal. Well, if that's not cooperating, you can just shake it, and generally that'll help it to get, that's like kind of smooth.
Those of you who don't know the tool that Mara used to trim the excess, it's called boo-boo stick.
That's it. Perfectly named.
Two-in-one tool.
Perfectly named. All right. So now I'm using that.
So we'll be sure to say a little prayer for your stepdad.
So for the roof oh, here, let me see my videos I pre-recorded. So here now, we painted the boards last week, and now I'm just airbrushing. That cut your own stencil is in my coffee shop.
Okay.
But it's a set of 5 of like stones and I think brick and stuff. It's not a recent listing. So I have here, just for you guys to see, so these are airbrushed, and this is chocolate cookie with those silicone mats that I showed. So just so you can see kind of the difference. So when you put it on the roof there.
Well, which one do you like better?
I mean, if you're only making one batch of dough, obviously it's like less work. I do like the chocolate one. It's kind of like, you know,
very nice.
Pops. I mean,
yes.
it's, you know, what do you guys think? It's, yes, it's a more manageable, like beginner project, and you can make little ones and offer them if you have a lot of kids, maybe in the family and stuff. All right. So now the width of the roof, if I was to attach this roof, because there's no back, right? I had said it was one face. Look at how much it sticks out. It doesn't look right. So I'm actually like laying it on this cookie cutter so that when I come in and attach the roof, well, the roof isn't so much in the front of you can cut your cookies more narrow, but I find that it looks a bit wonky. It looks a little bit weird. Hey, Olga, we haven't seen you in a bit.
Yes.
Hello.
Everybody's loving chocolate.
The chocolate one. I'm going to go with this one just because I've got it sized. Those chocolate cookies, I'm showing them, but they're from Halloween. And so they're not sized correctly. But I was just showing them for you guys to.
Well, it's an option. This is great. I like it a lot.
So this is dry, okay? So I don't recommend that you start handling a freshly iced cookie there. Just so you guys know that's. So now I'm using that same belt piping bag, and it's just, look, it's the perfect thickness to come in and add my spackle, my cement to my house here, okay? There, so the icing, oh, it like literally fell off. So let's do that again. It like, did you see it or it was off camera?
Oh, Olga, good luck. Olga is starting a home bakery business.
Oh, exciting.
Well, I hope everything goes well.
All right, so now I've got my icing and I've got it on the cookie cutter. And I'm actually going to add just a bit of the icing to that 45-degree angle that I did, which we discussed last Tuesday. And now I'm just pressing that into the house. And because we've got that cookie cutter in the back and it's essentially on its side, I don't have to worry about it tipping, and it's all gonna hold perfectly. And then for the base, you can secure your base with this like that. Or if you want, I've got this here. I've got this little kind of cookie that's a tombstone, actually.
Oh, I see that.
It would go like this, you see, and you'd have a little path, and then you could add the
that is cute to have it set up like that.
Here, where's my, so this is, it's just dots that I added. And it's like, you see, I did add guidelines just for the width of the door so that it was like the right, correct width. So this is sped up, it won't be long. And then I'll show you, it's all together to show you like how I finished it off. So then that's it. You're just kind of healing it. And another thing I've done in the past is when it crusts, you can kind of break it with a, like a little ball tool to crack it, to give it a different, if you want your stones to not be super rounded, you want them to be a little bit more kind of rustic looking. I didn't realize this was so long, but it's almost done. And that's it, just a little airbrushing. And then the joints is just a super runny royal icing. So you want the icing to be very, very runny. We've talked about when it's super runny, how it shellacks, it basically varnishes the surface. It has no more body left. And that's what we want in this particular circumstance. There's no actual physical products there. They're on the coffee, it's only digital files. So it's to cut your own stencil. It's not to purchase a stencil. All right, so here is, for the sake of this one, I'm going to decorate the front of one that's already kind of dry. So here it is. So what other videos did I prepare for you guys? So oh, the little trees. So I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I'm just going to show you. So there's my icing nail, a little bit of icing, a piece of parchment paper, and I'm securing a gumdrop. And I'm making a little Christmas tree, a little dimensional Christmas tree, star piping tip. I think it's a 16. So just like the belt or the boards, you don't want to stretch your icing. You want to do consistent pressure and do not extend the icing so that your line maintains its same chubbiness all the way around. And then I'm just giving it a little sprinkling immediately because it's really not long that the sprinkles don't stick to stiff icing. And there's my little Christmas tree, the perfect size for my my little.
You should add it. I think it's adorable to add it. It will kind of be looking nice with the green and red.
So now I'm just adding a bit of corn syrup to the front here, just to get my little wafer paper to stick. I'm just putting a little line of it right on the edge of the house. So be careful when you've got the wafer paper on, how you handle the little house, because it is fragile. Come to think of it, I just remembered what I had anticipated doing. I'm going to wait before doing that. I'm going to add my little details. Let me bring.
Oh, Sally's asking, she missed it. What was in the center of the tree?
A gumdrop.
Gumdrop.
So I'm just adding, I thought it was different. I'm adding a wiggly line around the door, just like this. And it's supposed to be like a set of Christmas lights. I'm just going around like that. And then I'm adding a little dot, which I'm adding a little nonpareil sprinkle to. And then here I'm adding just a dot and pulling in a little cluster of 3. And then a dot here, another one on this side. And then I've got these micro hearts that...
You can find them?
Well, I had pulled them out.
Are they for Valentine's Day?
They are little hearts for Valentine's Day, but I guess I'll just add a little red pearl. Anyway, you can add whatever you have, and then you can...
Oh, I see, in the middle there.
Yeah. And then I did little swirls. So you can really add whatever you want. Now that I'm doing it, it is probably better to do this before you add the wafer paper, just so that you can access unobstructed here, to the thing. there. And the other thing that I didn't do, I did on the other one, is you can see there, that's a pretty big gap. So I did add a little bead border in that gap to kind of hide it. So
Oh, behind the wafer paper?
Right, yeah, right here.
Oh, I see.
I
I
just
see. Mm-hmm.
fill this little kind of, I thought it wasn't pretty there.
Oh yeah, it really finishes it up. So now, like, if you don't have the wafer paper, you don't really. I mean, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
now,
you can leave it, but
yeah, you can leave it or add the wafer paper.
and then I'm gonna get it. But the wafer paper is pretty. So let me get my little scissors. There.
Oh, on the other one, you have a different different border.
Yeah,
You use a different bunch. I see.
I just wanted to try it. So you're just gently pressing it into the surface. If you like crafting, you know, like you like little fiddly things, this is fun. You know, if you like
Oh.
making your own cards and
Is anyone losing the feed? Kim is losing the feed. Is anyone having issues? Can you guys see us? Everybody's loving it. Very cute. It's so cute.
so I did add another little bit of corn syrup because it was like resting on the other piece of wafer paper, you know, it was kind of under it.
Yes, Sally, I think you could use sugar well, but I think this is just so much easier than sugar well.
Yeah, it is. It really is. The sugar veil. I mean, if you have the molds, I understand. But check
Lynn also is having issues. It's cutting out. So hopefully it just, is unfortunately out of our reach what we can do if you are cutting out. Sorry.
maybe go on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, go watch on YouTube.
Yeah, try to maybe YouTube is more stable.
And again, don't stretch the icing. I'm just adding the same kind of like white line finishing on top of the wafer paper, and it just kind of like ties into the front of the house.
Oh yeah, Karen, that would be also very cute. Do the
Oh yes.
Yes, that would be very
I mean,
cute.
so many design possibilities. So here it's just like a little dot. I'm just doing 3 at a time, okay? Because it dries so quickly. And then I'm just immediately adding my little Christmas light to the freshly piped icing. And this is a holiday kind of pearled finish. And you see it just, it's miniature, but it's cute. It's a little detail.
Can you zoom in a little bit now that you're doing all these cute little details? Just a little bit, a little bit. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yes, that's perfect.
And so, yes, this is not, you know, it's, of course, it's fiddly, but it's kind of the point, you know, like if you're that, you like that type of detail.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Right?
What type of tweezers are you using?
For electronics.
Electronics.
So electronics is, you know, very intricate, delicate kind of stuff. And so if you go and look on Amazon, you'll find tweezers specifically designed for electronics.
Yes, Shona, you are correct. I do have a recipe for oil icing on my blog, anielas.com. There are several recipes actually, depending on the ingredients that you have available.
I guess you could just sprinkle them on, but you're not going to get the placement, you know? All right.
Oh, beautiful. It's cute cookie. Everybody's loving it.
Just 2 more, and then I'm going to attach my little snowman that we made last. Oh, I stuck my finger in it here. That's the thing when you're working over like your wet area. You have to always be thinking about what you're touching because you can damage it. All right, so let me just go back out a little bit. You see, I added my little snowman. So here he is, he's dry, and I'm just going to grab my marker and add a little smile. Or let's zoom in again. Focus. There. So I'm just doing a little side smile like that.
Oh, that's cute. Yes, Jeremy, 100 decorators will have 100 different recipes for realizing.
And then I'm just adding the icing here, and then he's kind of like there. So I'm just securing him to the bottom like edge here. You see he's flush there, and that's why I sanded his bottom snowball down with the microplane so that he would fit. You see when I stand it up, he's very nicely fit there.
This is fantastic. I love it. You know what the thing is, like I know this it's not a 3D, but if you made it 3D, you could put something inside and create a piñata.
Good. You just have to make the roof a little bit wider.
Yes. So this is included in the first video, but I think Marlon used that tree cutter and she trimmed the.
There it is.
She trimmed the trunk.
Yeah, there's the cutter. Okay, so for the edge here, I'm just adding, this is a super fat round. It's a number 10.
Judy also loves your hair.
Oh, thank you. And you see,
Everybody
it's just
loves
a
it.
chubby.
It's amazing, adorable. Snowman is so cute.
So just
Love
a
it.
chubby line, you see, like that, to finish it off. Give it some snow. And if you wanted, you could add some snow to the top as well. But there it is. So you, and then if you like, when you wrap it, because you do have, oh, my recording stopped. It was long, I guess. So you could tuck some stuff back there. You could tuck a little, you know, when you wrap it, you could tuck in other cookies, maybe some cookies like, you know, little gingerbread men or something like that, like, you know, little treats back there, some little chocolates or whatever when you package it up. Oh gosh, thank you everybody. So there it is. So there's a little kind of cute holiday project.
And it's adorable. I love it.
And when they're small like this, you can do a little production. I'm not saying
yes, I was going to say the same thing. Like you could have a little village. Like each member of the family can have their own little village.
Yes.
And it's a fun project. You know, you get an activity in when it's cold outside. And
I think if you made it like, I don't know, you'd have to adjust to fit a gift card back there or to fit, but you could certainly fit some other little treats back there. So that's it.
Well, it's going to be very hard to follow this.
Follow this. There's no pressure.
No pressure. No pressure whatsoever.
Oh, I'm going to show my little Christmas
tree. I'm going to go
tree.
Now then.
Here's my little Christmas tree. I
yes. Can you edit? Can you edit?
Well, it doesn't. My base
it's not going to. It's not going to fit. You think?
So I had designed it to go here.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Okay. Well, you get the idea. I mean, you could, and if you guys make something like this, be sure to share it with us. And Marlon, we always enjoy seeing your work, and it.
You see?
It's very gratifying. Beautiful.
So the house, let me just show you. See, this is kind of what it would look like. You see?
So cute.
Isn't that cute? I'll put it together and take a picture. All right, Han, let's do the dance.
Okay, let's do the dance. Okay.
Oh.
Right, guys, oh, did I get kicked out already? All right, so today I don't have anything fancy like that prepared. We're going to do, okay, let me brighten this up a little bit. So we're going to do, I haven't done these before. I mean, I'm sure you've seen these before. What am I making, guys? Tell me in the comments before I get started. I'm just looking for my marker now because I always misplace it.
Can you guys guess what
What
she's
am I
making?
making? It's not a cupcake. It's a cupcake shape. This is a very popular cupcake shape. Now, I also, I have the cupcake shape here somewhere, but it's a very, very standard cupcake shape. Oh, yes, Deborah. Oh no, we are not. We are not. We are kidding. We are not in competition. This is no way a competition. Yes, it's a Santa head. Yes. Oh, it could be a gnome as well. I wanted to do a. I wanted to do also a tree.
So, Hen, is that your sugar cookie? Is that your?
This is, yes. This is a sugar cookie. Yes, I do like it brown now, or golden brown around the edges these days. Before, when I started, I would just be so obsessed having it pure white, but now I am not, because this is caramelized and it's delicious. And if you have issues with moisture, like if you live in a humid climate, then your cookie will come out crisp, but then it kind of takes on some of the moisture, so it will go back to the little softer. Oh, it's not. It's not. We don't do this. This is not the competition. And I used a perforated mat here. Okay. So now I'm just gonna use a marker. Just mark where the cutoff is and his face. Okay. And to make the skin tone today, I usually use ivory. Yes, I think brown are excellent. When people tell, I mean, sometimes I go overboard. Like last week, remember, Mark? It was a gingerbread cookie, and you could tell like it was a little too much. I don't have brown sugar in my recipe, but you can definitely, substitute some of the regular sugar for brown sugar if that's your preference. But you have to remember, brown sugar has molasses, and so molasses is hygroscopic, if I can remember correctly. So it does take moisture from air. So just remember that if you are using brown sugar in your cookies.
Oh, is that why it's always like a boulder and it dries up?
Oh, that I don't know why it dries up. But brown sugar, it's basically granulated sugar with molasses.
Oh.
That's all that is to it. Okay, so all right. So we're just gonna do the face first.
That's funny.
You guys are really crazy.
Jeremy, for the entertainment.
Oh, and I forgot to say, so I used ivory and a little bit of now my scribe disappeared. Thank you very much. Where is it? Ivory and a little bit of white. Oh, sorry, ivory and a little bit of pink. Okay.
Ivory and white would be the icing, right?
I'm telling you, like when I'm tired, I don't know, guys. How are you when you get really tired and exhausted? Do you laugh? Do you cry? Are you cranky or grumpy? I usually laugh. So
For those who don't know, Hen's in Spain, and so it's a bit late for her. And she said she got up at 3 a.m. So it's been a long day. So she's muscling through for you guys. So we'll give her a pass today.
I'm fine. I get a little tired. That's all. So now I'm gonna take my white icing I've got, and we're just going to. Oops, this eye is a little small.
Debbie got marzipan.
Yes, we also. That's great. Can you tell us, Debbie, what's the percentage of the almond content? Oh, this scribe is too fun. Where's my other scribe? Okay. Oh, I see.
Have you guys started baking yet? You started to load up the freezer? What do you guys What have you started concocting in your kitchens now that Thanksgiving's behind you and you can focus on Christmas?
All right, so now I'm also going to do the cheeks, little blush.
Yeah, Han does like her marzipan.
Yes, I do like marzipan. Yes. We are actually same height with Mar, I think. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we are. We are the same height.
He might be even a little bit taller than me, actually.
Yeah. So I'm adding the cheeks, little dots.
Han spent most of her youth playing basketball.
Oh yeah, good old times. Now I'm running the scribe, tip of the scribe through the dot, creating hearts. This is really useful. I don't know if you can see, there are little hearts. This is really useful around Valentine's Day that is coming up. It's coming up. It's going to be here before we know it. Now I'm going to add the bottom here. This is going to be his mouth. Hopefully it's not too low. We'll see.
Angie, are you doing it right away? Angie's saying that the white doesn't stick to the black.
It doesn't stick to the black, so it maybe your white what consistency is it? Because if your white is too thick, then like I'm doing this wet on wet. So if your white is too thick, then you're gonna have a hard time for the icing to stick. I don't know why else wouldn't it stick. Now I'm gonna use some red.
Well, that's exciting.
And to make red, if you are planning on decorating some Christmas cookies and you plan on using red, I would recommend that you get started on your red before, do maybe a couple days and just color it to the point where it's no longer pink, it's red, but leave it be for a couple days and you'll see what happens. It usually deepens in color and you don't have to use as much food coloring. First of all, you're saving money on food coloring. Second of all, you're not risking saturation of color can cause bleeding and drying issues and things like that. So now I'm using my red. I'm just gonna make the head. This is a very popular design, simple. If you don't have a lot of cutters and cupcake cutter, it's usually very easily found at craft stores. And this shape also ships well because it's not a shape with a lot of long sections or thin sections, so it ships well also.
Should I tell my cookie thing that happened recently? They might find it funny.
What is that?
Well, I made a Santa cookie for on Facebook. You guys are probably aware of our fast kind of videos that we post.
Yes.
And so I did a little
yes.
For Christmas of round cookies, a Santa, snowman, gingerbread man, whatever. And I
didn't going that route now, are we?
Anyway, and so I made Santa, and I'm completely oblivious to whatever. And then the comments start coming in that it looked like boobs, it looked like boobs, it looked like boobs. So anyway, it gave me a good laugh, I have to say, because when they said it, then I looked, I was like, oh, yes, it does totally look like that. But
well, I'm going to cover this up really soon. Okay. Moving it away. So I've got one that is. Oh no, I forgot. Okay, sorry. Little.
No, I think you leave the red on the counter, and you don't put that in the.
No. I leave it on the counter. You just want to make sure that you cover it well so it doesn't dry out, and it just color deepens when icing is colored. Color over time deepens, and you get the most out of the pigment.
I like when you do your little sparkles. So June saw the boobs. Jeremy, they were only briefly boobs, and then they were Santa.
But it's amazing what like we don't see things like that, and then it's like, oh, really? And then you look, oh, really? It does look like that. Like when you send me the picture, I was like, yes, it does. But it was only for a second, really, right? Because
Yes.
it was covered up.
Oh, I have a sense of humor, Heather. I laughed.
Yes, she
Many
does.
people commented
Well,
on
how else would we survive? The
exactly.
COVID and
I mean, I really didn't do it. Like some people wrote actually that I did it on purpose. I didn't have that's not how my brain works. That's it. They actually, I think I reposted it. It was just, they're new from this year, just round cookies. Oh, I like his beard hen. I like the little,
yes, you like a little,
yeah, the nice little touch.
what's it called? Little. He's obviously being he's obviously been to a groomer, but I
Yes.
think his face is a little long.
Once you get the mustache on.
I think, yeah, hopefully, yes. His face is a little long. This isn't, yes. On this cookie, I made a mistake, I think. Okay. Thing is, you could pair this cookie because cupcake shape is so versatile. You could pair it with different designs to make it more, Christmas.
Yes. Here.
Now I'm using gray.
Can you visualize?
A squirrel holding. Okay. Okay.
I'm sure it got a
You
good
open
laugh.
the can of worms now, my dear.
Oh, it's funny.
It's funny as it is. We have to laugh. Laugh is the best.
Yes.
So now I used gray oil icing to give it a bit of shading on the edges there. Now we are going to.
Yes, he does kind of look
This
like a
brush.
Russian Santa, Jennifer. You're not wrong
So
there.
now I'm going to actually use stiff icing. And this is, like I said, this is a very quick project, guys. So if you don't have a lot of time, this is a project for you. So this is, and I'm hoping this is not crusted inside. Let's see. Yes, it is. We do need pictures of the squirrel cookie, please.
Oh, it was, and she didn't see it either. You see, she's all happy. Look at my beautiful squirrel holding the cookie.
But like I said, sometimes we really don't see. Like this is, you see, my
Clogging issue.
yes. Well, not really clogging. It's dried up because I
Oh,
had it covered, but sometimes it happens. So I'm just trying to get it working again.
somebody commented. My favorite comment was, "What do poorly drawn boobs have to do with Christmas?"
Oh, really? Wow.
Gave me a good laugh.
So now I'm just going to do a back and forth zigzag line for the,
The fluff.
yes. My icing is very stiff. I think a little too stiff.
Are we going to see a blowout?
I don't know. I hope not. Oh, look, I'm not even, I need to, yes, this is, okay, so stiff. Okay, I'm gonna remove it. Let's start over.
Well, that's quite a statement, and I'll take it. If this is the best part of your day, well, we've succeeded.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Well, you gotta make more cookies like that, Mar. I mean, it's clearly.
Yes, Heather had also a mishap with a candle spreading. You know, when sometimes the icing kind of like spreads on the cookie sheet.
Well, yes. Well, I also had a thing happened a few years ago. Christmas ornament turned a female part. Remember? You don't remember? I was like, what? I don't see it at all. But everybody else did. Well, we have to laugh. That's all we got. I'm going to add because
Here.
like okay. Okay, guys, let's calm down. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
could be
gonna
my new thing.
put some.
Hello, Rita. Nice of you to join us.
So this is coarse sanding sugar. You can see it. The granules are larger. What are we going to call you? Risque Montreal confection.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch my piping tip. Or so I was thinking I'm going to switch it. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to switch it to, this is a number 18. So it's a larger tip. I'm just going to switch that. Oh, no, we're not, we don't need to be drinking. No, right?
Not necessary.
No. Yes, it is. So now we're going to make the mustache, okay? So I'm gonna start, so this pink part, it's the mouth. So you want to start somewhere there, so you're covering up the line, but you don't want to cover the mouth, okay? You want the mouth to be exposed. See, it's taking on a different turn now, right? It looks a bit different now that he's got the mustache. So now what else do we need? We need, oh yes. Now I'm channeling my inner Montreal confections here. I bought jelly beans. These are berry burst, no artificial color and flavors. And I'm not doing a commercial or anything. Just I found these and I feel like one of these is going to be great for the nose. What do you guys think?
Perfection. And if you make Rudolph, you can use the red ones.
Yes, I'm looking for the pink one. Okay, come out. So we can stick the pink one in there on there. Just gonna oops this way, right? So it's gonna
Yeah, it was the episode last night. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, he's got
Very cute.
I was going to do the flap as well, so let's see if we can get that done.
Kind of looks like he has, like an older gentleman. Sometimes the nose has like a little bit of like
yes.
it looks very nice.
So you are an older gentleman, just so you know. Okay, so now to make the flap, if you decide to do a flap, now it's completely optional. What you can do, well, I don't want to cover up my star, so maybe you can start like here and do a little flap. But then I'm covering up some of the shading.
It was something home holidays or homemade holidays. Homemade holidays. I think that's it. It's season 3, episode 7. Is it the same color as the base? Or did you make a new batch, or did it darken overnight?
No. I made it today. Well, unless it darkened, but no, it's the same.
Huh?
Does it look different?
A little bit, but it's fine.
Well, he's looks a little odd. But then what you can do, you can just take your star tip. I think it should work with this one as well. Hopefully it's not too big.
That's true, Heather. He is in the North Pole.
He is. He is in the North Pole. Oh, here it is. So you can then use your star tip to make the pom-pom, or you could make the pom-poms ahead of time. And yeah, you can put it as a transfer. I don't see. I thought I had some here, but I don't. Now, I know the red part is still wet, so you don't really want to add anything on the red, but I'm going to try and aim for just for the pom-pom, a little bit of sparkle on there.
Got your little bucket.
Yes, my little bucket, dollar store. You like my little bucket, don't you?
Very nice bucket.
So there is my little Santa. I mean, how long? I mean, these are really fast. You can have fun. Kids can be helpful with adding the jelly beans on, maybe,
yes.
and have an activity. Yes. And you could, like I said, you could. I also had in mind, and this is another design I had in mind with the cupcake, that I would do a
little tree.
A little tree. This would be a pot. You could do the pot red to go with, you don't have to make another color, and then make the whole swirl white, and then do the branches with brown and green, and then maybe get some ornaments or some sprinkles for lights. Okay. So that's from me for today.
Look at us. We're right on time.
Yes.
We're right on schedule. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed that. And we have a few more actual lives, but we've been filming. So basically, we won't miss a beat over the holidays. You'll be, if you.
Oh, yeah, Shona. I was thinking of Charlie Brown Christmas tree. That is true. But this one wasn't. But I was thinking of doing that. Thank you for joining us. Yes. How many more lives do we have? We have quite a few still.
The Charlie Brown, you did a Snoopy cookie. That's what is in my head.
Yes, I did a Snoopy cookie. But no, I think Shona was referring if this was, I'm not showing it. The Charlie Brown tree, the tree with whatever it's like. With one ball, and I think it has like one branch and stuff.
Yes, it was a sad tree.
Yes.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll be back live on Tuesday.
Yes, you'll see us back then.
Whoops. So we'll see you Tuesday.
See you later. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.
Bye.